Welcome to KirstyTV. Today we're going to talk about sex, sexiness and women.
Oh.
So I interviewed the lovely Christine. Christine had been an exotic dancer for over 10 years, and when she started out, what really struck me about what she'd said was that when she started out, she went into it to feel more beautiful. And by the end of that period, she felt less beautiful. And I thought, you know, in today's society, I can understand how seductive it is for young women to get involved in either that kind of industry or just in every, I mean, you see it at nightclubs now, wherever you go, people feel like they have to be sexualized to be attractive. Have you guys experienced that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My niece was telling me about something the other day. She said, talking about social media.
How old is she?
She's 16.
Yep.
She said last year had a contest. The contest was who would have the most sexiest picture on Facebook.
See?
I've never heard of such nonsense.
Yeah.
And now this year the new thing is who can send out the most sexiest sex text.
Yeah, sexting.
And I mean, look, it's so hard though when you're unpopular or you're bullied or there's peer pressure going on. You want to feel liked. I can understand how tough it is not to get caught up in that, not to buy
Or
into
even to
it.
stay more popular.
Yeah.
To, you know,
Yeah.
participate.
Doesn't it come down to the self-esteem, though, that we're sending our kids out into the world with? You know, if it's
Parenting,
instilled early on what's really valuable and what's really special and what's yours to claim and own and give that to the world versus all the exterior stuff.
Yeah, I'd say it definitely starts with parenting, good parenting, hopefully parents around, period.
But I think it's also self-awareness because, you know, I remember being at a club in LA only a couple of years ago. I'm really embarrassed to even admit this story, but I think it's a prime example because I'm really confident now. You know, I do have great self-esteem. I am around, you know, I've had great upbringing. But I'm in this club, I'm in my 30s, everyone else is in their 20s. I'm feeling a bit frumpy. I've got a really, you know, knee-length skirt on, which you would have thought was down to the floor the way these girls were dressed. It was just covering their little booty. And I caught myself in the mirror. I had had a couple of drinks, but I caught myself in the mirror rolling my skirt up. And I'm like, what are you doing? It is time to go home. Get out of here.
Yeah.
But doesn't that, you know, I just think that we get caught up in it sometimes and we have to really catch ourselves and have that conversation with ourselves and acknowledge what's going on and why you're feeling like that, and maybe try not to be around those kinds of environments. You know, try and find something that is healthier and boosts your confidence.
Well, this story also reminds me an awful lot of, you know, the classic teenage girl who has to sleep with the entire football team to feel popular. You know, it's like there's some validation in that you know, it's not real. It's just it's just not real.
But when you've been unpopular in early childhood, or you know, some women I've spoken to have maybe had severe acne, or they weren't seen as attractive. I was, you know, I remember getting called ironing board and surfboard because I was so flat-chested. I didn't get breasts till I was 22. Would you believe it?
I was going to say.
They really came out late. But when you've been teased like that and made to feel unattractive, and then all of a sudden you get this kind of sexual attention for looking a certain way, it's really hard not to go down that path. So I think it took me a long time to kind of get to the point where I didn't see that it was all about my looks.
But even if someone is beautiful, they are popular, they're the smartest, or they're the cheerleader at school, if they're not getting the validation at home, the proper validation from their brothers, their uncles, their fathers, their, you know,
in a healthy way.
In a healthy way.
Then they're going to seek it out no matter what you look like. They're going to seek it out somewhere else.
Yeah, and I think that it's important. I mean, some people have great families, but they don't talk about these things.
Exactly.
You know, girls are in their bedrooms on webcams, stripping naked and masturbating and doing all kinds of things. They don't realize it's out there forever, or they're just out drunk with their friends and showing a little bit too much cleavage. You know, and these things are out there on Facebook for employees to see. So look, as always, so much to say on this topic, but we'll leave it there. Inner beauty is what lasts a lifetime. So look at how you can build your self-esteem and your confidence in healthy and positive ways. We look forward to hearing your thoughts online. Post your comments and join in on the conversation, and we'll see you next time. Bye.